This is an ordinary TV video game. This is Vectrex, the only video game system with its own video screen.
Something really cool just came into the store this week. That's right, a Vectrex. The Vectrex is a gaming console that's a holy grail piece for many collectors out there. It's the only vector display-based video game console for home use, debuting in 1982. Vector display is a very unique method of displaying computer graphics. While the average CRT uses pixels and colors in the image line by line from top to bottom, vector display uses a free-moving laser to draw each individual line of the image. It can generate an entire frame in about 18 milliseconds. This thing is beautiful, and it still works like a charm. Trust me when I say the camera doesn't do the visuals justice. When you see it in person, it's amazing. But unfortunately, due to improper storage, the controller's gonna need a bit of work. The buttons only register if you press down on them super hard, so we're gonna have to open up the controller and clean the contacts on the motherboard, otherwise no one is going to enjoy playing games on this thing. So should we pop this thing open and see what's inside?
You bet your asteroid!
Alright, let's do it. The first thing we need to do is we need to get the sticker off the top plate so we can get to the 5 screws underneath. In order to do that, we'll have to hit it with a hairdryer and melt the glue underneath it. Once we get it pretty hot, we want to get underneath the sticker with some sort of pry tool. I'm being very careful here because I don't want to rip or damage the sticker. This thing is 43 years old after all. Once I get the sticker up, I'm using toothpicks here to pry it up while I go back for another round with the hairdryer. Now that it's easier for me to pull up, I can expose the 2 screws on this side. Once I have enough space to work, it's time to do the same on the other side. On this side where the buttons are, there's a total of 3 screws. The third one is toward the center of the controller, so I need to peel the sticker back until I can see it. And there it is. Once I have the sticker pulled up, I keep it in place with another toothpick. Now we just go ahead and start unscrewing the 5 screws. Now that the hard part's over, we just need to open it up and get to the contacts for the buttons so we can clean them. And oh boy, does this thing need a cleaning. For a 40-year-old controller, it could definitely be worse. I've seen some current gen controllers come into the store looking worse than this, but something this rare and cool definitely deserves some TLC. With the 1 screw holding the motherboard in place out, we can start taking out the buttons and the rubber contacts for cleaning. With a little bit of soap and water, this rubber piece is looking good as new. Now I'll set it aside to make sure it air dries a bit longer for good measure. Then I'll move on to cleaning the buttons themselves. It's a night and day difference once they're cleaned up. Now for the most important part, cleaning the contacts on the motherboard. I'm using isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip, and I'm just going to wipe this thing down until there's no more residue coming off of it. And there was plenty. Then I'll go ahead and clean the spots where the buttons go for good measure. I also wanted to get some isopropyl into the joystick mechanism because this thing was nasty. Ugh. Last, I'll clean up the bottom plate a little bit, and with that we can reassemble the controller and test it out. And here's the moment of truth. Success! The buttons are registering every press and it's working like brand new. I even managed to beat level 1, which I couldn't do before fixing it. Finally, this Vectrex has been restored, and it can finally go to a new home. I'm certainly going to miss it when it goes. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, or at the very least, interesting. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
If you're into video games, forget the TV. Get into Vectrex. Light pen and 3D imager available.